what Alex Oti did was purely legal by the constitution of the Labour Party. Article 13 2A talked about the composition of the NEC, the National Executive Council of Labour Party, and the governor, elected governor, and the deputy III is a member of the NEC. And the presidents and general secretaries of the labor unions manning the labor centers are members of the NEC. The chairman of the women commissions of the labor centers, they are members of NEC, statutory members. So immediately INEC, not even Labour Party, rejected Abure, and rightly too, for not conducting any convention known to law. The only set of people remaining as members of NEC are the statutory members, which include Dr. Alex Oti and his deputy, the presidents of NLC and TUC, and their general secretaries, and the chairman of the women commissions of Labour Party. By the constitution which Abure gave to me when I came to Labour Party, it was not Labour Party that declared Abure's seat vacant, it was INEC, and he was disgraced out of INEC. And Labour Party has always insisted that there will be a party of rule of law, because Article 8C is very clear that the aim and objective of Labour Party is to create a new Nigerian personality that is altruistic, that is patriotic, and that is committed to rule of law and due process in all spheres of our national life. And so that's why we're fighting, and I will continue to fight that the right thing should be done. Abure did not conduct any convention. Can you imagine? I said I was not even aware that a convention was going on. And do you know what? They missed the point. At least INEC has a bragging right now that it is more honest than some group of people in Nigeria. INEC can now claim that at least it is more honest than the Abure-led, expired Abure-led NWC of Labour Party. They did not give any notice known to law to INEC. First of all, they say they gave a notice by December for a convention that will hold by March. The question is, which notice? They say they gave a notice to INEC about a purported convention that will hold in Umuahia in a different date. Please, did Abure and his cohorts hold any convention in Umuahia? Good. Does that not invalidate it? They say they gave another notice for one convention that will hold in Edo. Please, was there any convention held in Edo? The only notice they are saying they gave to INEC for a purported convention held in Nnewi was 6 days to the time. That was when INEC received it. Please tell me any law that says you will give notice to INEC for 6 days to hold any convention. And the law is clear by section 82(5) that any convention without such valid notice is invalid. That's the law. Apart from that, it's an insult to INEC that you're giving INEC 5 notices for a convention, and all of them are speaking of different things. You know the danger in that. If INEC accepts it, there are about 18 political parties. If each party will be giving INEC 5 notices for a convention and they accepted it as normal, they would have about 90 notices to treat. And then 6 days to the time. Let us assume you told INEC you're going to have your convention in Sokoto, and they mobilized everything waiting for you to have it in Sokoto. Okay, let me even give you an example. If you said you are going to have your convention in Abuja, and they mobilized their people, with the cost of fuel now, they can just trek from their office to Abuja. And they have done everything like that, not allocating money for flight, not allocating money, then a day to the time, Because once you accept, you will accept for 6 days, which the law does not permit. That means somebody can come a day to the time. So a day to the time, you come to INEC and say, no, you've changed your notice. It is not going to be in Sokoto. And it might be in a town close to Niger Republic, where they will need to mobilize their people in terms of flight, in terms of accommodation, in terms of everything. If you allow INEC to allow the illegality that Abure and his colleagues perpetrated to stand, then INEC has opened itself to such illegality that 18 other parties will be exploiting it, and they will cite that one as precedence. INEC did the right thing by making it clear that Abure did not organize any convention known to law. But here is another thing. Convention is for the members of Labour Party. It's not for INEC. Can Abure and his colleagues tell the world where any one notice was given to the members of Labour Party that there's a convention? One notice. Because the law is clear in section 82 subsection 3 of the Electoral Act that the executive of the party must be elected by the members of the party or their elected delegates. And then he did not even give notice at all to members of Labour Party. At all. No media house announced it. So it's not even INEC. INEC's own is to come and monitor. But the people that ought to be the ones to conduct convention, to vote in the convention, are the members of the party or the elected delegates. Nothing like that happened. So are you trying to say that a president will now be created in Nigeria where people will not involve the members of a political party, and they will come out and announce themselves that they are leaders of that party, and you say it will be allowed to stand? That's another madness. Abure had an agreement with all the stakeholders that he was going to organize an all-inclusive convention. He did not do it. The law says that he should step aside because his regime is over. The members of the Labour Party did not vote. Will it surprise you to note that Labour Party does not have any executive at any level? Not at what level? Not at local government level, not at state level, not at the national level. And somebody is claiming to be the national chairman, and he has been there for years. If you're a member of that party, if you're supporting such a person, are you not insane? Whoever is supporting Abure and his cohorts, that person is insane. Governor Fubara's psychiatric hospital should be recommended for that person. No, how can you come and you're supporting an executive that did not even say you're a human being, that did not even invite you? Have you ever seen a national convention where none of the posts, none was contested for? None. In the so-called convention, no position was contested for. Can you imagine? The national chairman seat, nobody contested for it. The journalists were not allowed to come in to see people voting. Do you call that convention? There was no convention at all in the eyes of the law. And INEC simply said, there was no convention. We don't have any report. We were not invited in a manner known to law. And members of the Labour Party, including me, he said, I was not aware. I saw it on the social media. And it is true. And I was a spokesperson. No, will I be telling myself the truth if I ever support such a convention? What mouth will I use to condemn another political party? At least the difference is that in the Labour Party we are fighting. And we will win. Because the victory of good over evil is settled. So in Labour Party, what Alex Otti did, and that appointment of Nenadi Usman and Dalitin Wokocha, is purely according to the constitution of Labour Party. Because when the NWC expired and INEC accepted it, then the legitimate members of the NEC, which are 33 members, met as NEC, and the Labour Party constitution gave them the right to appoint the executives of the NWC in between conventions. It is there by the right of NEC, by Article 13(2)(b. They have the right. So they just appointed it in accordance with the Labour Party constitution. 2019. That was what happened. Purely legal. It was not an imposition. It was their right. And you saw how Alex Otti went about it. He invited everyone, including the Abure group. Every stakeholder in Labour Party was invited. At least Abure did not invite the members of Labour Party when he did his own convention. Alex Otti invited every stakeholder. So which one by equity do you prefer? And by law. So the law is on his side. And Labour Party did what they should do by the constitution of Labour Party and by the laws of Nigeria.